Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. Frank here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, please like this video. It helps the channel immensely and I greatly appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are here, and if you clicked on today's video, you know that I'm doing another book review, and it's a book that's come out recently by Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a book called Be Useful. This book came out towards the end of 2023, and I'm doing the review here in March of 2024, so it's not a very old book, but I read it a couple months ago and I thought it would be a good book to talk about on the channel. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, probably everyone watching this video knows who Arnold Schwarzenegger is. He's probably one of the most famous people in the world. But I've always been a fan of his, even as a young kid. Watching his movies, hearing the things he said, and I always got a genuine laugh out of his Austrian accent and a lot of the one-liners that he has in movies from the 80s and the 90s and so on. And he just was always someone that I like to watch and listen to whenever he was talking or acting in a movie. So I am definitely a little bit biased coming into this book just because I like Arnold and I've always been a fan of his. But the book itself is good. I really enjoyed it. It's a very quick book to read. It's only about, I think, 260 pages, 7 chapters in length, and it's a small book. It doesn't, take very long to read this thing. You can blow through the pages quickly. So if you're looking for a book that's a similar length that talks about the right mindset to be in and mental strength and failure, this is probably a really good book to consider. So I'm not going to go down through all the chapters and break through things. I'm just going to say in general that this book is cool because there are many concepts that he goes over in different chapters that talk about his life and how he learned a lot of the things that he's put in the book firsthand because he lived it. And I believe him because not only of his story, but the way that he words things. A lot of the things in this book you only understand fully, like he does, by going through it firsthand. And you guys know that I'm a fan of mental strength and failure and people like David Goggins and endurance athletes and the things that they go through mentally to be able to become who they are, to build themselves mentally and physically. And this book has so much similarity with a lot of the points that those other individuals bring up. And again, I think that that's just a testament even more to the fact that there's so much authenticity in this book with what he's saying. There's a lot of times when I'm reading a book like this, I'll fold pages over to come back to them for a specific reason to reread it. I did that probably like a dozen times or so in this book. And there's a lot of good things I got out of it. And I'll just say this. To sum the book up, there is one point early on in the book where Arnold is quoting a philosopher, and he says, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." And that is really important. There's a lot of different things I could have mentioned, but I wanted to bring that one up just because there are so many situations in life where in 2020s, there's so much craziness in the world. It's so easy to lose track of who you are or try and follow someone else and be like them. But it's so important to try and figure out who you are and prove it to yourself. Go through true adversity to own what it is you want to do or who you want to be. If you want to have a family, if you want to have a career, if you have goals, and how important all of that is. And it starts with the ability to face adversity. And that quote I thought was a big deal. So I wanted to bring it up to you guys. And in general, the book talks a lot about failure and how important failure is for growth. And that can't be, I don't think, said enough. So in general, I just wanted to say that I definitely recommend this book. It's probably $20. I'll leave a link in the description down below if you guys want to get it. I definitely recommend it, or even a gift for someone else. This one's extra cool too because everybody knows who Arnold is. He's a very beloved person, and I think that this book is definitely worth reading. But anyway, that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.